Well, tonight we continue our Alabama News Network investigation, Montgomery Rising. As we've reported over the last few days, thousands of people have left the area in recent years. And the question we try to answer tonight is, does Montgomery focus so much on the past it can't look ahead to the future? I talked with two longtime residents, both very active in the community. One's a native, the other a transplant, to get their thoughts on that very important question. Here's part 3 of the Alabama News Network investigation, Montgomery Rising. Taking a walk up Dexter Avenue in downtown Montgomery is like taking a stroll down memory lane. It leads to the state capitol, where the first and only president of the Confederacy took the oath of office. Dexter was the final leg of the Selma to Montgomery March, which led foot soldiers right past the church where Dr. King preached to the Capitol steps, where he delivered his famous "How Long, Not Long" speech during the Civil Rights Movement.
How long, not long, yes, sir. Because no lie can live forever. Yes, sir.
And the capital city is known for more than Civil War and civil rights. It's also home to one of the most influential country music artists, Hank Williams.
Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking?
The city's history is written, and there's clearly much to celebrate and learn from. But are we so focused on the past that it prevents us from moving toward a brighter future? A future that makes people want to stay here, live out their dreams here. I posed that question to Montgomery native and Downtown Business Association President Clay McInnes.
I think we have an amazingly rich history, but I don't think we're looking far ahead enough.
29-year-old McInnes moved back to Montgomery after attending Auburn. He considered other cities after graduation, but chose to return home.
I feel that we have a vision for the city. I feel like there's a great community behind a lot of the efforts that are going on. And I feel like there's so much opportunity in Montgomery.
Opportunity, McInnes believes, is what will fuel not only future success, but future growth of Montgomery's population.
Oftentimes people come to me and say, why don't we have this? Why don't we have this? We're not, Atlanta has this, Chattanooga has this. We're not Atlanta. We're not Chattanooga. We're Montgomery, Alabama. And I will say that if you're a millennial or anybody at any age that is looking for total passive activity, okay? Go here, do this just as a passive consumer of entertainment and stuff, this might not be the optimum place for you. If you want to put on a tool belt and build your idea or your passion or whatever, this is the exact place you need to be, because the opportunities are endless. And other people will buy into that.
I've been here 18 years. Yeah, from Detroit, Michigan, yes. Yeah, a long time.
Elton Brooks, in his mid-30s and millennial-ish, attended Alabama State and Troy Montgomery. He decided to stay after graduation. Brooks made a life for himself in the capital city and thinks the city is on the right path to a bright future.
I don't think that it looks back too much because of the history that's here. I think it has to be a part of the conversation. I really think that you have to look back to know where you come from, and then you begin to have those serious conversations, and then you figure out how you move forward from it.
That's what you call evidence.
Brooks believes better education and more opportunities to connect like-minded people to each other is what will keep people in the capital city. Clay McInnes agrees, but says Montgomery also has to do a better job of telling its own story about the positive things happening in the city.
We're building intentional community through platforms that connect people to people and people to resources like Connect MGM, so that people can find a place where they fit and they feel like they have purpose in Montgomery.
Beyond telling Montgomery's story, McInnes says members of the community have to start engaging in open and frank discussions about how they view and interact with people who are different from them.
I think what hurts us most is just really being honest with each other and letting us love one another unconditionally. I honestly do. When you go to different communities and you see the acceptance and the social togetherness, let's be honest, Montgomery needs to do more of that. Montgomery needs a more holistic approach, and I don't think that really many people can argue that, and I think it's the millennial generation that is demanding it.
And in 5 years, McInnes sees Montgomery being able to recruit tech and digital companies because of things like the city's internet exchange and Uber rolling into town, along with downtown development, which he says will attract and help the city retain millennials. You couple that, he says, with the affordable cost of living, and it's a win for the city. Now, tomorrow night at 10, we present our findings to local leaders and hear what they're doing to keep people in Montgomery. That's in part 4 of our Alabama News Network investigation, Montgomery Rising.